The Norristown Area High School Faculty Choir under the direction of Miss Lynn Greenwald. Thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Joe Howell, and on behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students of Norristown Area High School and the Academic Academy at Roosevelt, as well as the administration and board of school directors of the Norristown Area School District, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 146th annual commencement exercises honoring the 430 graduates of the class of 2008. Joining me on stage this afternoon are a number of school and school district dignitaries. As I introduce them to you, I ask that they each stand briefly and that the audience hold your applause until all have been recognized. Beginning in the front row on my left, Charmaine Bazemore, President of the class of 2008, Heather McHugh, Secretary of the class of 2008, Dr. Samuels, our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Smith, President of the Board of School Directors, Dr. Rogers, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Pierce, Vice President, Board of School Directors, Mrs. Ash, Board of School Directors, Mr. Delaney, Board of School Directors. In the second row on my left, our two co-sponsors of the class of 2008, Mr. Schmalbach and Mrs. Smith. Mr. Howe, Board of School Directors, Dr. Mothy, Board of School Directors. Seated in the first row on my right, Dolores McKay, valedictorian of the class of 2008, Evan Hadrick, salutatorian of the class of 2008. Mr. Smith, Vice Principal for Engineering and Technology and Health Sciences. Dr. Studi, Vice Principal for Special Education and English as a Second Language. Mr. Robbins, Vice Principal for Business and Finance and Law and Justice. Ms. Walls, Vice Principal of Performing Arts and Visual Arts. Ms. Simpkins, Principal of Roosevelt. And in the second row on my right, Bianca D'Amito, Co-President of the class of 2009, Sarah McManus, Co-President of the class of 2009, Mr. Melnick, Board of School Directors, and Mrs. Shanoski, Board of School Directors. We thank all of you for joining us this afternoon. I'm pleased to note that today's commencement is being broadcast live on NASD TV, cable channel 28, and using our own resources. We are broadcasting live on the internet, which means that family and friends from throughout the world may be with us in real time this afternoon. And to all of you in those audiences, greetings from Norristown. We are happy to have you join us today as well. Our first speaker this afternoon finished his high school career ranked second in the class academically. He participated in a wide variety of activities while at the high school, including co-president of the National Honor Society, student school board representative, student council cabinet member, captain of both the cross-country and track teams. He has received numerous awards, including honor roll awards, sponsored and department awards, and was recognized as an outstanding participant in the National Achievement Scholarship Program. He will be attending the University of Miami in the fall, where he will major in civil engineering. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the class of 2008 salutatorian, Evan E.J. Hadrick.
Good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of the teachers, staff, lead teachers, principals, administrators, school board members, our new superintendent, and the parents present here today. But most of all, I would like to greet the soon-to-be graduates sitting in front of me. All of you are about to experience the greatest change of your lives so far. According to Webster's dictionary, the word change is a noun, the act or result of making something different. Change is a word we hear all too often in reference to our lives. The misconception frequently made is that change is just an action. While seasons change, grades change, and people change, change is an ever-present force that cannot be stopped. Yet success is decided by the ability to determine when to change with the movement or when one should stand fast and remain the same despite change all around them. When different situations arise, what decisions do you make in response to them? Now, if you would like to evaluate your success so far, just think about how you reacted when you experienced change. Did you cry at your elementary school graduation? Did you cry at your middle school graduation? Are you emotional now? Did you make that middle school sports team and then work hard to get better for high school? Were you able to find your classes that first week or month of high school after 9 years in a smaller setting? Did you continue to study and get your work done when senioritis began to creep up on you, putting that voice in your head that continuously said, "I don't feel like doing this"? Did you write your college essays in the beginning of the year or suffer through those long nights right before the deadline? How did you react when our school implemented the small learning communities? Did you just pick the one that all your friends were in and regret not being able to take the classes from other communities? Or did you really choose a community that interested you and learn about what kind of career pursuits you could want for the future? How did you react when you came back to school with all new teachers after finally becoming close to the teachers you had the year before? Although it is okay to cry at a graduation, not handling change in the right manner often gives back a negative result. You may have still made it through those situations, but change never stopped because you weren't ready, and it probably hit you head on. Even if you answered no to all the questions I asked, the fact that you have made it to this point shows that you chose the right move somewhere, and all of you should be proud of that fact. Change doesn't always have to be a destructive force in your life, taking away everything around you and forcing you to cope with your loss. Change can be a relieving breeze, something that opened new doors and helps you become a better individual. Did you join a club of something that interested you? Did you get involved with class activities? Did you join in with the rest of the school as we watch our basketball team make it to their first state championship in 30 years? Did you meet new people and make new friends that you will always remember? Did you just enjoy yourself as being a part of this school? As I went through my first 2 years of high school, I performed well. I got my work done, and I participated on the track team. But when I would go home after it was all over, I still felt as if I was missing so much, and I wasn't experiencing nearly enough of what NHS had to offer. The things I had done as long as I could remember were not fulfilling anymore, and change was leaving me behind. In my last 2 years, I joined the student council. I became a student school board representative. I became captain of the track team, and I just put in that extra effort that I'd never used before to gain experiences and friends that I will never forget. Now, all of you should have something to remember, and if you don't, do not worry, because change is an ever-present force, which will always give you the opportunity to do something new, meet a new person, or just pursue happiness. All of you will feel the relieving breeze of change very soon, as you have gone through high school and now have the opportunity to do something new and make even more experiences you will never forget. Thank you.
The key of knowledge was presented to the school by the class of 1904 to be given to each successive class for the next 50 years. This period elapsed in 1954 and the key was retired. To perpetuate the tradition of this ceremony, a new key was presented to the school by the class of 1954. This key was retired by the class of 2004. This new key was presented to the class of 2005 to be passed down for the next 50 years. We are proud to present the class of 2009 with this key of knowledge. On behalf of the class of 2008, I, Heather McHugh, present this key of knowledge to the class of 2009 with best wishes for a happy and successful senior year.
Thank you, Heather. On behalf of the class of 2009, I, Sarah McManus, along with Bianca Namito, would like to congratulate the class of 2008 and wish them the best luck in the future. We'll miss you guys.
Our next speaker completed her high school career ranked first in the class academically. She too has participated in a wide variety of activities while at the high school, including Vice President of the National Honor Society, Student Council Cabinet Member, NBC 10 Norristown Project, NAFAD, SPICE, Band, and Key Club. She has received numerous awards, including Honor Roll Awards, sponsored and department awards, and represented Norristown Area High School at this year's 6 ABC Best of the Class This Year program. She will be attending Penn State University in the fall, where she will major in telecommunications, film, and video. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2008 valedictorian, Dolores McKay.
Good afternoon to my fellow classmates, families, friends, administrators, school board members, and staff. Today, we embark on a day that we will always remember. I would like everyone to close their eyes and envision something that most of us would recognize. I would like everyone to picture a Sony PlayStation. There are 3 buttons on top of the gaming system. One is used to open the top, and another is used to turn the system on. The 3rd button is the one I would like everyone to pay attention to. The word reset is written on this button. Remember this word. I would now like my classmates to think of the days that they spent in high school as a video game rotating inside the system. When we were younger, we used to get mad and hit the reset button every time we died or messed up in a game. We would hit reset every time we threw that game-ending interception or when we lost our last life when we touched the nitrous box in Crash Bandicoot. As we all know, life doesn't give us many chances to start over. When life does, we need to take this chance and run with it. Today, life is giving us the chance to hit the reset button. In the fall, all of us will be starting a new life. Whether it is on a college campus, a job site, or with the Army, we will all meet new people and create friendships that may last the rest of our lives. When we walk into this new environment, no one will know who you were in the past. It won't matter if you were the sports star, the prom queen, the smartest kid in the class, the musician, the class clown, or if you got suspended for your actions. What will matter is who you decide to be from that day forward. By pressing the reset button, the sports star can become an engineer. The prom queen can become the CEO of her own company. The musician can become a scientist. The class clown can become a lawyer. And the person that got suspended can become a teacher. If you don't like who you are now or something you've done in the past, take a chance. Press the reset button. Do what you haven't done today and the next upcoming years of your life. Step out the box. Challenge yourself to do something that you never thought you would. If you feel you need to change who you are, go ahead. Press the reset button. No one can stop you. People will try to, but don't let them stop you from getting to the level you want to obtain. Don't let them stop you from reaching to your full potential. A teacher once told a successful businesswoman by the name of Renee Moore that she would never become a nurse. She later proved her teacher wrong by becoming a nurse. You control who you are, and if your finger touches that reset button, don't ever let anyone tell you different. With every PlayStation game, there is an ending. With every ending, there is always a new game to play. Today, our game of high school ends, and a new game of life begins. Whether or not it's the same game that you played in high school is up to you. Thank you.